Hello, folks. Welcome to the Hello World Podcasting with Magdalena. How are you doing? Listen, thanks for tuning in and welcome to my podcasting. For those who are new, I just wanted to let you know my podcasting is about personal growth, mastering ourselves, figuring out who the heck we are in this creation. And at the same time, I love to use astrology for the personal and collective guidance, and I call it personal or collective GPS. So, my favorite questions, as always, how are you doing? How do you handle this intense energy? And let's see what we have for today. Okay. As before I go to podcasting, I would just kind of like to bring up about the planets where they are right now. We just moved in the Scorpio, so the sun is in Scorpio. Yay! I'm sure many of you will not be happy because the Scorpio and its energy is absolutely incredible and intense. So and be ready for the shaking and rumbling. So this is not something that I just kind of wanted to use as a doom and gloom, but that's actually the nature of the Scorpio. But in some way, I would say necessary, because it's opposing Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is always here to help us to liberate us. So let's see this actually from the positive aspect. The moon today is in Libra. The Mercury is in Scorpio, and also, folks, I just wanted to let you know that the Mercury is going retrograde again on the October 28th, so next coming Monday. So get ready for 3 weeks retrograde. So be wary about the communication hiccups. I just wanted to give you a heads up about that. Venus is in Scorpio, Mars is in Libra, so that's good. Stay there. At least, keep the balance here. Jupiter is in Sagittarius, Saturn Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus retrograde, Neptune in Pisces retrograde, Pluto in Capricorn, Chiron Aries retrograde, True North Node Cancer, and Lilith also in Aries retrograde. Wow. So, welcome to the, podcasting heads up. And kind of combo or cocktail of kind of weaving together astrology and what's going on in our lives and what is going on in the collective. By now, I think many of you are kind of overloaded with constant information about change. But folks, this is actually going for quite a bit. We were just not aware of it, but right now, this is coming to the epic. So proportions, and we are, as I said many times in the podcasting, we are right now in the midst of it, and there's no way going back. It's the only way is to go through. But one thing what I would like to kind of address today with this whole podcasting is that, we are actually bombarded with so much information. Everybody's kind of honing, they are giving you the right info, the best info, what you need to hear. And on some level, I have to say it's actually, competition. I will not necessarily call it competition. Let's go see it differently. But everybody is looking for the audience, so that the information what we are sharing, it should, fall on the right ears and at least actually help somebody to help, bring the change. And I have to say this, I myself are constantly on the search. Also, I am not protected from this change. I look like anybody else. So, I'm also myself, even though I'm using astrology, I always like to kind of improve myself. And I understand because we are constantly, facing new challenges, new stuff, so many new things, is that, nothing is staying stable. So there is a zillions or infinite possibility of little puzzles that can come into our lives, and we can say, oh, I get it. Now this is what I was missing right now. And so I was looking forward to share something very interesting that I started to read yesterday. And it is the PDF, The Secret of the Golden Flower, written by Richard William and Dr. Carl Jung, okay, the psychologist from Switzerland. And it's in the PDF form. And it was very, very interesting because I really like the idea, the way they are putting it together. And this is why I actually said to you that I am actually even sharing this PDF with you. Because for those of you who are on a constant, journey of awakening and knowing more and, searching for the information, I think this will actually tie so many nuts together, because there's always good to have information that actually can take you to the next level. And what I was really pleased to read, and I'm just in the beginning, folks, so I will not be able to share the whole PDF with you, but what was impressive to me is that they are really trying to kind of bring to the level of language and expressing it so that everybody can understand that it doesn't have to be, it is in a very simple language or very useful language, I would say. And how they are actually bringing or blending the Eastern and Western philosophy. And it was fascinating to me that, here we are, as we are going on our journey, we are constantly seeking, and we are flip-flopping a lot of time, or at least I did, or I'm still doing it, going from the material world to the spiritual world. And I'm sure you experienced also by many people that a lot of people, they are going either in a one direction or they are going in the other direction. And the key here is actually how can we blend these two together? Because if you are listening to the Western philosophy and people from the Western culture and the way they are representing certain things, it goes very much into the intellectual world. Yet on the other side, we have this unbelievable spiritual aspect from the Eastern philosophy. But they are actually more pulled to the philosophy or spirituality and less to the material world. And I've been saying for so many times is that actually what is our lesson here? Our lesson is not to kind of live on this planet and just be in the spiritual world. We are here actually to experience, to express actually the Creator through us. And what I like to say many times is that actually the astrology is this symphony of your own chart. And that is what is making us unique, because every individual has its own, constellation. It has the uniqueness, and we are the only one who can actually play that orchestra, that symphony, actually. And the most important lesson here is, when we are seeing or looking, at our chart, is to recognize what energies did we bring and what is it that we are here to encompass or bring into from the spiritual into the material world. What is it that we have to kind of embody? And in many cases, people, when we are dealing actually with a lot of challenges, what is really happening? We are actually not stepping into our own frequencies or our own blueprint that we brought with us into this lifetime, but we are kind of stuck into this collective. We are, when we are vibrating with the collective, we are actually more relying on the outside authorities or other peoples to help us, to fix us. It's nothing wrong, folks, to have the information or gather the information. But the point is here, how can we actually transform that information through our lenses? And this is where the unbelievable uniqueness comes in. And, when we are looking the world, look at how many people we have on this planet. And let's just see, everybody is actually seeing through their own lenses and through their own makeup what's really going on in the world. And I think this is this unbelievable masterpiece that is really happening, that on one side we have this unbelievable chaos, because of every individual has its own reality, and we are living it through our own reality, and everybody is trying to share, shift, transform, whatever, but we are also impacting other people with us. Yet, on the other side, look at, if we can look this universe or our globe from the maybe elevator place in the cosmos, or above the planet, we would be amazed how brilliant and how everything is so organized. I mean, I know this is the biggest paradox, and this is what I was actually getting on the whole different level, even though I read so much and I experienced so much. But as Dr. Young and Richard William, as describing this in this PDF, is just so absolutely mesmerizing. So look, like I said, I'm so excited to be able to share with you. So when we are looking, now our daily life on the, closed lens, we see this unbelievable disaster and breakdown, actually, and collapse, actually. Let's use a different word. And on the other side, we are seeing actually a new world is getting reborn or rebirthed. So this is the fascinating aspect what I'm right now feeling. I don't know. Well, I am right now maybe just in this magical moment of my own self, but I feel so incredible, uplifted, folks. I have my first house is in Scorpio, so maybe that is really kind of pushing me right now in all direction and playing opposition with the Taurus, and the Taurus, the Uranus is actually in the Taurus, and it's look like this dance between my own Mars in Scorpio first house and Uranus in the fifth house, practically the liberation. So. I would say, figure out where your Scorpio is, see what are the challenges, what is actually collapsing in your life, okay? What was fascinating to me when I was reading this PDF, when they were talking about the essence in life, and actually the essence is helping us to because it's coming from the heavenly energies of creation, bringing our destiny and our fate. And when they were talking about that, actually, our life. Would I say? I don't want to give you wrong information, but it's actually it's up to us to accept our destiny, because it's not coming from our conscious will. So practically there is a higher power that is working through us. I think that was kind of a little reminder, because sometimes, through this whole um, intensity, what's really